Positive Spin, presenting positive, innovative, and solution-oriented news from around the world. Welcome to Positive Spin, presenting positive, innovative, and solution-oriented news from all around the world for 25 years. On today's program, we feature the UN in Action film, The Importance of Women in Peacebuilding, and the Hunter Water film, The Day of Women and Girls in Science in 2021. Then we'll see a profile of Goldman Prize recipient Sharon Lavigne, Unity Foundation's anti-nuclear film The Garden, and the music video Protect the Children by JD Shultz. We hope you enjoy the show.
Comme vous le savez, la plupart du temps, quand on parle de la contribution des femmes dans le processus de paix dans notre pays, on fait toujours allusion à la sensibilisation. Or, en réalité, le rôle de la femme doit aller au-delà de la sensibilisation. Les femmes ont le potentiel nécessaire pour s'engager dans la facilitation, pour s'engager dans les négociations, pour s'engager dans les plaidoyers, même au niveau politique.
We have seen through the high revitalization forum process that the moment women came together with one voice, they have been very powerful in terms of really moving the different positions.
On veut conscientiser les femmes. Vous voyez, il y a des femmes valables. À l'Assemblée nationale, les femmes ne sont pas du tout représentées au poste ministériel. Vous êtes sans ignorer que dans ce pays, il y a des femmes qui peuvent faire l'affaire.
Imaginez-vous un monde où la femme est autonome. Autonomiser la femme, c'est autonomiser l'humanité.
I've always been very passionate about the environment and very interested in it. So doing science is a really good way to investigate the natural environment, and being a scientist and working at Hunter Water means that I get to combine that investigation with also trying to protect the environment as well.
I chose to become a scientist purely for the love of biology and chemistry at school.
I liked to problem solve, and I could see the world was facing big problems, particularly around the environment. So I was keen to make a contribution to solving some of those problems.
When I was a little kid, I really enjoyed finding out about the world around me and how things work. So I did little projects on how human ear works, or the solar system, or bees. And as I grew up, I realised that you can also make a difference in the world. So I remember standing over my dad, berating him for throwing an aluminium can into the rubbish bin when recycling had just come in. Being an engineer and a scientist, you really get to help make the world a better place and understand the world around you.
You got a lot of comments about only getting the job for being the diversity target. And that was really hard because that really put down your confidence, and then you didn't know if you actually deserved it.
People not respecting your expertise or understanding that you have expertise. So for example, if you're wearing something like this, which is office clothes, I've had people assume that I know nothing about working in the field or doing field work, and I have done huge amounts of field work. But because I'm a woman dressed in office clothes, I clearly don't have that expertise. So it's a kind of a silly example, but it also sums up the silliness of the prejudices that you get to experience.
And one of my first jobs I walked into, it was a large industrial site, and I walked into the control room and one of the operators said, "Oh, you're kidding me, a woman engineer, what are you here to do, nag me all day?" And so there's kind of stereotypes that are put onto you just because you're female.
If you can't see it, you can't be it.
Providing role models, as well as building connections between industry and schools so they can see those role models.
I think what has to change is we need to start earlier, at a time where they don't have that prejudice of what is a male or female job, so that kids develop a genuine interest in subjects.
I think we could all broaden our perspective of what a career in STEM means. So absolutely there is a technical grounding there that you need. But what I found throughout my career is that what makes a good manager and a good leader are some of the other attributes that potentially aren't so technically based. So things like communication skills, having empathy, having influence, creating a drive to want to achieve an outcome. They are all things that are really important if you want to instigate change in a STEM career. So broadening that perspective to beyond just a technical skill set, to be much broader than that, I think would attract more females into careers in STEM.
When I was growing up as a little girl, we lived the American dream, and we lived off the land, and we had clean air, clean water, and everything was so wonderful, and we weren't sick.
St. James Parish sits on both sides of the Mississippi River, protected by the same levees that failed New Orleans during Hurricane Katrina. But other forces have threatened the community for generations. Sharon Lavigne was one of the first to call attention to the issue.
But 3 or 4 years ago, I lost my neighbor on my right side, and I lost a neighbor on my left side, both from cancer. These industries are poisoning our air, they're poisoning our water.
With over 150 petrochemical plants along an 80-mile stretch of the river, the region has among the highest concentrations of toxic chemicals in the United States. And the predominantly African American community has cancer rates 50 times higher than the national average, lending the area the morbid nickname Cancer Alley.
We were going to the help meetings.
I have grandchildren that are sick right now.
We'd leave in anger and despair and hopelessness. And so we were angry inside, just angry, roaring.
Sharon didn't have experience as an activist, but in November 2018, when the Chinese chemical company Wanhua proposed construction of a plastics plant in St. James Parish, she mobilized her neighbors against it.
We had almost 20 people in the garage. I'm sitting up there directing the meeting, didn't know what in the world I was doing. The more they said there was no hope, the more something inside of me riled up.
This project will have devastating effects.
Sharon decided to dedicate herself to working full-time for environmental justice. She founded Rise St. James and soon proved herself to be a natural leader.
We get the word out by doing media work on the radio. Billboards, flyers, ads in the newspaper, letters to the parish council members. We do a lot of education to the public.
Thanks to the intense grassroots campaign that Rise St. James carried out, Wanhua halted construction of the $1.25 billion plastics plant in September 2019.
And we were so happy and excited when the parish council would not accept their application. The people in the community spoke up. That was victory to me.
That victory helped prevent the generation of 1 million pounds of liquid hazardous waste each year and protected residents from additional air and water pollution. But before Rise could hit pause, Formosa Plastics, a Taiwan-based corporation, announced its plan to build a factory a mile from Sharon's home.
We're going to stop Formosa. I don't care what nobody say. The governor, anyone. I'm not afraid. God told me Formosa's not going to do that to us.
For outstanding environmental achievement for North America, the 2021 Goldman Environmental Prize is awarded to Sharon Lavigne, St. James Parish, Louisiana.
With the future of Earth threatened by nuclear weapons and nuclear power, a blind Indian shaman was called forth to heal Mother Earth with a satchel of magic seeds. She appears at the gates of a nuclear facility and begins planting her garden.
What the? You can't have a garden here. This isn't your land.
The next morning, the shaman is confronted by the foreman.
That's it. Tomorrow we're digging up and paving over your garden, you crazy woman. Time's up. Get out of the way. Come on, guys, bring your shovels. Let's dig her garden up.
Oh, Father, Creator, rise, my children, rise!
Time forgotten, you're free from the cage. Open your heart to the sky. Dance like the wind that touches the trees, whisper softly and sway with ease. Open your heart to the sky. Rise to the mystery. Rise, rise. You're free. Rise, oh rise. Love, oh love, will carry you home. Love, oh love, will carry you home. protect the kids. We must protect the children, protect the kids. We must protect the children, protect the kids. We must protect the children. Hold on to that glimpse of light, what we all care about, and take a walk into a future so bright. When what we all care about is life, life. Protect the children, protect the kids. We must protect the children, protect the kids. We must protect the children, protect the kids. We must protect the children. Recognize and realize it's up to us to untie the knot. It's a crime to leave the truth behind. It's felt worldwide. Oh yes it is. Stand up to the lies and all the evil, and put up a strong fight, but that's when we arise. Arise, 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 arise. We must protect the children, protect the kids. 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 Protect the children. Protect the children. Protect the children. Protect the
First thing I always think of when I think about people trying to create peace is that they try to create it out there as if it doesn't come from inside. And I think the only way that there's ever going to be peace in the whole world is when we all learn to have peace within ourselves. To be at peace, to be without conflict, to not be at war. That's the definition of peace in the dictionary. You know, the opposite of war. Tranquil, calm. But if we don't know how to do that for ourselves, I don't think we can ever send the energy out to stop war and to stop conflict in the rest of the globe. So I try to just do what I know how to do within my own life, like literally starting with myself. Why am I so hard on myself? Why am I so violent sometimes with my reactions to things? Why can't I be kinder? There's so many things that we can't control on the planet, and the only thing that we can control is our reaction to it. So when we're kinder to ourselves, we can be kinder to the person next to us. And you go on social media, that's like the opposite of peace sometimes to me now, because I think that people are faceless, sort of. They're anonymous in a sense. They can go to anybody's site and they can comment on anything and they can be cruel. And I don't know why we feel like that's fun, but every time we do it, we take away a little bit of peace. And then we look and say, why can't they stop wars in that country? Because people can't stop being mean to one another. You have to stop being cruel. We can be kind. We can take care of each other. We're all the same, you know. The people here, the people in Manila, the people in London, the people in Syria, the ISIS children who are being taught to hate. We're all the same. Blacks, the whites, the Asians. Everybody's the same. You cut your wrist, we all bleed the same color blood. We live on one planet. We can get anywhere on a flight. It's not the kind of world it used to be hundreds of years ago. We have to get along. We must get along. Because so far as I know, no other planet has hotels yet. And I don't know where we're going to go if we screw this one up. So I guess I say that how we make peace in the world is to have a lot of forgiveness in our heart, forgive ourselves for not being perfect, and forgive other people for coming up short of our expectations. And every day you start again. You wake up and you go, this is the best day ever, and try to be nice to people. I have to stop talking for a minute so I can think.
Thank you for watching Positive Spin. This show is made possible through the generosity of the Patty and Jack Wright Foundation and the Prem Rawat Foundation. Watch and subscribe to our previous episodes on YouTube, and please like us on Facebook. Follow us on Free Speech TV, Roku, Sling, DirecTV, Dish Network, and Apple TV. I'm Bill McCarthy. Stay safe and well, and remember, you can create your own positive news.